What is Mir Jafar's fault? Siraj-ud-Dawla, when he became king, was a stripling 19-year-old or so. He was the worst debauch that even the Bengal Mughals had seen. Rather, okay, I mean, Bengal was a Mughal province. It was being administered on behalf of Mughals, and later on, these people became independent when the Mughal power grew weak. So he was a commander on behalf of Siraj-ud-Dawla, Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar was commander. Mir Jafar was a Shia. Okay, please note this down, because this is a very, very important information. Mir Jafar was a Shia. Mir Jafar was a commander in Siraj-ud-Dawla's army. Siraj-ud-Dawla was such a debauch that he used to lust after the women of his main courtiers. Some of the pillars of his darbar, he used to lust after their women. Jagat Seth and Seth Amichand, and the family of what is called Rani Bhavani. That was a very big zamindari in the Murshidabad area. That is Murshidabad. This is Murshidabad Sultanate basically. So in the Murshidabad Sultanate, Notair, it is called Natur or Notair. So that was Nator. That used to be one of the biggest zamindaris around. So the indignities that they heaped upon the Hindus, particularly Siraj-ud-Dawla, the indignities that he heaped upon the Hindus became so much, and his ill temper on his courtiers, it became so unbearable that the Hindus, they were looking for some way to get some kind of a relief from this debauch. So they approached Mir Jafar, and Mir Jafar was also being humiliated every day in the court. Mir Jafar actually agreed to help these Hindus. Their name, Jagat Seth, he was a Jain, Seth Amichand, and Rani Bhavani of Nator. So these Hindus, in order to rescue themselves, they got Mir Jafar to help them. Mir Jafar helped them, and at that time there was no such concept like nationhood. This ill of what is called presentism, that looking at the past from the lens of the present, has actually colored so much of history. And that has created, actually, Siraj-ud-Dawla is being painted as a freedom fighter by this Ashrafiya Mulla Maulana class. And it is this Ashrafiya Mulla Maulana class who has painted Mir Jafar as a traitor. Mir Jafar was not a traitor. Mir Jafar helped the Hindus escape the atrocities, brutalities, and debauchery of Siraj-ud-Dawla. And I commend Mir Jafar for having the sense to come to the rescue of the fellow Hindus. And this Ashrafiya Mulla Maulana class, what they have done, that because he was a Shia and because Siraj-ud-Dawla was one of the prime movers of the Islamic empires in India, that was the biggest Islamic empire left in the eastern India at that time. And because that Islamic empire gave way because of Mir Jafar, they never blamed the Hindus, okay? The Hindus were the prime movers. They have never blamed Jagat Seth. They have never blamed Rani Bhavani. They have never blamed Seth Amichand. These three are not the people who have been blamed. But Mir Jafar has been blamed because it was very convenient for them, because he was a Shia, and this Ashrafiya Mulla Maulana class, it is their habit to color the history in such a way that any Ashraf, any Sunni, any Sayyid, any Sheikh, any elite, that is presented in a very good color, in a glorified manner, and anyone else who has been, I should say, who has not been good to their cause, that their cause is that complete Islamization of India. Anybody who has not been good to their cause, is painted as a villain. So that was the reason that they have painted Mir Jafar as a villain.